Okay. All right. So go ahead and make yourself onto your backs in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. Just pick something that feels good. So if you need a little support under your back, you can roll up a beach blanket or a yoga blanket and put it under your low spine or even under your knees. Gives a little release to the low back. Just get comfortable. Legs can be extended out in front of you or bottoms of the feet together, knees apart. So those of you that have taken classes with me at Equinox know that I often would talk about these daily notes from the universe. And I have to say that I haven't been in love with the ones that have been coming lately. I don't know if they have new writers, but I did get a really good one in January, and I'm going to share it with you. It says, everything in your life right now is awesome. Everything is in its right place, under grace, and whether or not this makes sense yet, one day it will. The time swiftly approaches when you'll be exceedingly grateful for all that has contributed to who you've become, because it is exactly that person who's now poised to live as you have always dreamed you would one day live. Happy everything, the universe. Good words there. Good words there. Nice positive thoughts for your morning. So take a moment right now, set an intention for your practice. We will be twisting, which is cleansing, kind of getting rid of stale feelings, old emotions, baggage you're kind of hanging on to for reasons you're probably not sure why. So maybe it's about letting go, coming back to who you truly are. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And then together, let's take a big inhale through the nose. Keep filling up. And then just open your mouth and sigh it out and let it go. And keep exhaling till you have nothing left. And then just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. So one hand on each knee and just gently rock from side to side. And then let's do some circles with the knees. As always, bring your thighs together and just go in one direction a couple of times. And then go the other way a few times. And then allow both of your knees to gently fall to the floor on the right and extend your left arm and look over your extended left arm. I like to take my right hand and gently press down on my left knee. So you can try that and see if it feels good. Gives a little extra love on the low back. Take one more breath here. And then switch everything up. Knees go left, gaze goes to the right. And maybe you take your left hand, try it, and just gently press on your right knee. I feel a really nice stretch in the low back. It just intensifies it just a touch. One more breath. So I know we started our practice later today, and for Evan Song, I know it's a lot later, but if you ate recently, you might not like this core work, so you can do whatever you like for your core. Otherwise, if you haven't had a big breakfast, take your right leg and wrap it over your left. And if you can tuck your right toes underneath your left ankle, go ahead and do that. We're doing an eagle wrap with the legs. And then your arms, have them up to the sky, and take your left arm so it's closer to your face. So cross the left arm on top and then eagle wrap your arms. Okay, from here, take an inhale and extend your limbs away from each other. So reach the feet and arms away. And as you exhale, crunch everything in, lift the head and shoulders off the mat, let all your breath go. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, lift it up. Just continue that on your own. I'm going to keep count. You just have to worry about your breath. We're going to do 4 more. And then I don't want you to run out of the pose when we're done. So just hang with me. We're going to do 1 more, and we're going to do little pulses at the top right here. Hold it up here. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, just unleash your arms. Take them out wide. Let your legs fall to the left. Keep your legs wrapped. It'll feel good. And just take a twist. Look over that right shoulder. I don't know about you, but I already feel some warmth in the belly. One more breath here. And then come on back to center. Unwrap those legs and rewrap them on the other side. So your left leg is on top. Maybe you tuck the toes. Maybe not, doesn't matter. Take your arms up. This time your right arm is closer to your face. So put the right arm on top. Eagle wrap your arms. Inhale, extend the limbs away from the midline. Exhale, lift everything up. Move with your breath. This side, for me, is always a little harder because my abs are already a little fatigued. Four more. You have just a short amount of time for core when you're doing your normal workouts. This is a good one. It's a doozy. We're going to hold this last one up. Are you ready? Put a smile on your face right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just unwrap your arms. Let your legs fall to the right. Look over your extended left arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Should feel good. I feel like there's steam coming out of my core. Come on back onto your back. Unwrap your legs. Thank goodness. Let your feet come to the floor, knees bent, arms at your sides, palms down. Just take a hip lift up into bridge. Reach your arms over your head onto the floor. Keep pressing firmly down into the mat with your feet. Scoop your tailbone under and send your tailbone towards your feet. Take one more breath right here. And then exhale, everything comes down. Hug those knees in. Let's rock and roll a few times. And we're gonna meet in a tabletop position. So just come onto your hands and knees. I'm gonna face you guys here. So we're just gonna take some cat-cows. So when you're ready, look at your shoulders. They're right over the wrists. Wrists face forward. Knees are under your hips. And then just start taking some cat-cows. Your inhales create the smile. The exhales create that rainbow shape. Just make it feel good. One more round right here. And then come to neutral with your spine. We're going to take your right leg. I just want you to extend it to the side. From here, we're going to plant your right hand down on the mat. So right leg is extended, right hand is down. Take your left arm, reach it up to the sky. So really spread your fingers. Try to peel your chest open. You're firmly pressing into that right hand. Take one more inhale and then thread that arm down and through just for an exhale. And then as you inhale, come back up, open that twist, reach up, spin the heart open. Exhale, take the twist. One more time, just like that. Inhale, open that heart. This time we're gonna hold the twist. Let that arm come down. Ear comes to the floor. If your ear does not reach the floor, grab your block. Place the block under your left ear. One more breath right here. And then come on back to a tabletop position. So unwind, bring that right leg in. Do a couple of cat-cows to neutralize the spine. So twists are all about spine mobility. We really want to warm up our spine. Come to neutral again. This time that left leg is going to go out to the side. Plant your left hand down, root it into the floor. Reach your right arm up to the sky and just stay here for a few breaths. Might feel different on this side. That is totally normal. Take one more big breath. See if you can spin open a little bit more. And then exhale, thread that arm down and through. Inhale, open the heart, reach up. Exhale, thread it down. Do that one more time with your breath pattern. Your inhale, open. And then exhale, will stay in this twist, right ear to the floor or your block. One more breath, and then make your way back into a tabletop position. Come onto your hands and knees. And then from here, we're gonna walk your hands forward a little bit and then tuck your toes and make your way into downward facing dog. So you're looking back towards your feet. Your fingers are super spread on your mat. And then let's try this. Try lifting your pinky, your ring finger, and your middle finger, and put all the energy in your thumb and your forefinger. And then you can just let those hands come down. They kind of don't do a whole lot right here. Really, the energy's on the inside of the hand. So keep that, and then maybe walk your dog if that feels good, or take your heels to the right and then to the left. Or if your body is saying, I just want to be still, be still. 2 more breaths in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, find plank pose. So come forward to top of a push-up. You're probably going to need to walk your feet back. If I don't walk my feet back, my booty is up in the sky. We're going to walk the feet back. I take a boot camp class with this teacher, and she says, don't put your butt in the butt museum. So that your butt's not up in your plank. So keep it down. No butt on display today. Take another inhale here, and as you exhale, lower slow chaturanga. Come all the way down to your belly. Hug your elbows in, lift the heart on an inhale. Exhale, lower your chest to the floor. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. We're going to make our way to down dog. If you want to add in a plank, you can press to plank. You can come to hands and knees. Whatever works for you, just make your way back home to downward facing dog. 1 more breath. All right, we're going to take your right foot forward to the top of your mat. So just find a runner's lunge. We're going to drop your left knee to the floor. Walk the hands up on your thigh. And then we're going to take your arms and sweep them up. I want you to grab your left wrist with your right hand. So take your thumb and forefinger, grab the wrist, and give it a nice side body stretch. And while you're getting this nice side body stretch, and you should feel the intercostal muscles right here, just opening, roll the left shoulder open, get that nice twist, gazing up, if that's okay on your neck. Otherwise, just keep it neutral. One more breath right here. Come back to center, reach your arms up to the sky. Release your hands down, step back, take a vinyasa. You're going to step your left foot forward from downward facing dog. Drop your right knee to the floor, walk your hands up on the thigh. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Grab hold of your right wrist and give it a pull. So my husband just left to go on a run, and my dog is walking all over this house looking for him. It is so sad. He just wants him. Roll your right shoulder open, gaze up if you can, and just enjoy that space in the right side body. One more breath. Reach your arms back up to center. Reach your hands down, step back, take a vinyasa. Pausing in downward facing dog when you get there. We're going to step your right foot forward again, find your lunge. You're going to drop your left knee, but this time I want you to scoot your left knee back a little bit. Bring your hands to the floor. You might want your blocks, so you can grab them. We're going to shift your hips back for a half split or an Ardha Hanumanasana. So I want you to think right here. I know this is intense on the hamstrings and the outer IT band, but nudge your right hip back. It's going to have a tendency to kind of dump to the side because it takes away from the stretch. Hug it back, keep it in line. And then you can grab your block or left hand on the floor. You're going to take a twist. Right arm is going to reach up to the sky. And again, be honest with your body. Hug that right hip toward the back of your yoga mat. Make sure you're breathing. You're not clenching your jaw. I know this can be intense. One more breath. Bring your right hand down. Come back to a lunge. Move the block if you were using them. Step your right foot back. Take a vinyasa. Step your left foot forward. This time the right knee comes down and inch your right knee back a little bit. And then shift your hips back. Flex your left toes and draw your left hip toward the back of your mat. So your hip should stay square in this position. Spine is long, not rounded. And then now root your right hand down on the floor or your block, left arm up to the sky. And now draw your left hip toward the back of your mat. Notice as you do that, your right hip's going to come forward a little bit. You want that. One more big inhale. Release that left hand down. Come back to a runner's lunge. Come forward. And let's step your left foot back and take a vinyasa. Take a breath in your down dog, and then look forward and travel to the top of your mat, however you want to get there. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, just fold. Find a nice long spine. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms up, and sit down in chair pose, Utkatasana. So your butt is going back, but then scoop the tailbone under. Take an inhale here, and then right arm back, left arm forward. So you're in a twist. Good. Toes are light, so maybe lift all 10 of them off the mat. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take it the other way, left arm back, right arm forward. Hug the right hip back, just like as you did with the twist we did on the floor. Inhale, back to Utkatasana. Straighten your legs and fold. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back, take your vinyasa. Pause in downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Step your right foot forward in a lunge. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Just going to build a little heat here. So you're in a crescent, not a warrior one, as we typically do with the sun salutation B. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down, step back, take your vinyasa. I know we all go at our own pace. So when you are ready, step your left foot forward and rise up, crescent pose. Shoulders are relaxed down your back. So notice if you're kind of hunching up, try not to do that. Encourage your shoulders to move down your back. One more breath in your crescent. As you're exhaling, bring your hands down. You're stepping back and lowering all on one exhale. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath. Right foot forward. One breath brings you up. Crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, step back and lower. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to your downward facing dog, and take a breath or two when you get there. As you're exhaling, step your left foot forward. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands down, step back, take your vinyasa. Pausing in your down dog when you get there. Take a few deep breaths here. Big inhale through your nose. Let some noise out as you exhale. Just let something go. You know you're all on mute, so you can be extra noisy. All right. We're going to take your right leg, reach it up, and then bend your knee and open the hip. So try to keep both of your hands in a down dog. So that means you're not letting your right shoulder open. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, right knee to left tricep. Come forward to plank. You're going to twist across your body. Do that again. Inhale, open, stack. Exhale, bring it over. Now bring the knee to your nose and step your foot forward, so you're in a crescent pose. And when you're ready, come on up. We're going to take a twist, right arm back, left arm forward. And I want you to reach toward the back of your yoga mat. So your spine is neutral, your arms are open. So big wingspan here. Toes are relaxed on your right foot. Look at your left hand. Take your right hand to your back thigh. It's going to just land there. And then exalted warrior, reach up and back. One more breath here. Reach further back. And then bring your hand down, take a twist. Right arm goes up to the sky. Just notice right now if your right knee is kind of rolling to the outer edge of your right foot. If it is, hug it in. You might even need to nudge it toward your left arm. Now spin your left foot flat, Vashisthasana. You are welcome to modify with the left knee down. Otherwise, take an option that feels right for you, that allows you to lift the underside of your left side body. One more breath. Right hand down, take a vinyasa. Take your left leg up to the sky, bend your knee and open the hip. Again, equal energy in both hands. Take another inhale and then bring that left knee across. Try to tap your right tricep. Inhale, open the leg, stack the hip. Exhale, cross it over, hold it here. Bring your knee to the nose and then step that foot to the top of your mat. Set up for your lunge, and when you're ready, come on up, Crescent Pose. Anjaneyasana. Hips are forward, shoulders are in line, facing the front of your mat. Left arm back, right arm to the front of your mat. Lean back, reach, reach, reach for the back of that mat and reach forward with the right hand. Good, 2 more breaths right here. Look forward at your right hand. Left hand to the back thigh. Reach up and back. One more breath. Right hand comes down on the inside of the foot. Nudge your left knee in. Don't let it roll open as you spin that heart open, left arm up to the sky. Use your breath here. Breath is so important all the time, but especially in your twists where it gets a bit restricted. Spin your right foot flat onto the outer edge and step your left foot back or modify. You simply drop your right knee to the mat. Try to lift that left hip so the underside on that right side body is lifted. One more breath. Slowly find plank. Don't just dump down. Go with control. And then take your vinyasa. Take a few deep breaths here. Send your right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Bring your right knee to your left tricep. Do that one more time. This time we're going to have a little bit of fun. So get excited. Bring it across. So we're going to extend your right leg through, but don't go away. We're holding it here. Okay, so either you're going to stay right here or you can take a chaturanga. Try it. Lower down, straighten the arms, and then spin your left foot flat, open falling star. Feels really good. Make sure your hips are lifting. How do you do that? You press a lot into your feet. As you press into your feet, you lift up, maybe left arm over the ear. Just breathe into all that space you're creating. Bring your left hand down, draw your right knee to your nose, and step it forward. Rise up, Anjaneyasana when you're ready. Take your right arm back, left arm forward. Open the wings, reach in both directions. Look forward, exalted warrior. Reach up and back. So from here, we're going to take this left hand, grab your block. You're going to come into a revolved half moon from here. So maybe place the right hand on the small of your back to encourage your hips to be even. So you need to align. Your left shoulder should be right over the wrist. The left hip is rolling down. Flex your left toes like crazy. And then once you feel your hips are even, then consider reaching your right arm up. You don't have to. You can stay right here. So do what works for you. If you're taking Revolved Half Moon, can you put more energy in that left leg to really straighten it and then reach up through that right hand? One more breath. All I want you to do is bend your right knee a little bit and find Warrior Three. Your Warrior Three might look like this with your blocks. Maybe you take your hands somewhere else. Go with what works for you. We're going to come to standing on your right foot. And you're going to tell yourself you're really happy you came to yoga today, because we're going to take this left leg up and over for an eagle wrap. So you can take the block if you want on the outside of your foot and then use that as a kickstand, or you can take your wrap. So your left leg is going up and over the right. Your right arm is closer to your face for your eagle wrap. We did this in the crunch. Now you're doing it standing on one foot. Easy peasy, right? So you can intensify this by bringing elbows down toward the knees, bringing the beak forward. Your hands are your beak of the eagle. That spreads your shoulders. And guess what, my friends? Our shoulders, we store stress and tension there. So let this pose help you let that go. Breathe. We're going to come to Warrior Three. Get ready. Stand up. Lift the leg. Open the arms. Woo! Step back, Crescent Pose. And rise on up. How do we do? Ooh, I lost my balance. Open to Warrior Two. If you're not warmed up yet, I have all your heat. Align your right foot with the left. Sink into this knee for me, just for a moment. I know your leg's a little fiery, at least mine is. We're gonna take a break. Straighten your right leg. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, can you go a little deeper in your Warrior Two? Inhale, straighten the legs one more time. Exhale, Warrior Two, stay here. Don't change your legs, just reverse to the back of your mat. Side angle pose. We're gonna stay here. So you have options. You can stay right here. You can stay with your forearm on your thigh. Half wrap, full wrap. Do you today. Do what feels right for you. You can always grab your strap and place it in your left hand. Let the strap fall behind you, and then you grab it with your right hand. But peel your left shoulder open. Be honest with yourself. If you're binding and you look like this, which I can't see any of you, maybe Jen, I can see you. Otherwise, peel your left shoulder open. Don't allow your left shoulder to fold forward. If you're wrapped, can you please open your arms? We're gonna come back to Warrior Two just for a moment, I promise. Straighten your right leg. Ha. Reverse your triangle. Two straight legs, reach up and back. So imagine there's a button underneath your right big toe. Press that button down with your right big toe. And then come on up. Reach forward. Triangle pose, Utkatasana. Yogi's choice, do what you like here. Just do something that feels good. We're gonna come on up. Turn your right toes in so you're facing the side of your yoga mat. Big toes in, heels out. We're gonna inhale the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, come halfway down and reach toward the side and get parallel to the floor. Take an inhale here and then let your hands come down and you fold. Maybe you grab your blocks to raise the floor to your hands. If your head is on the floor right now and you aren't intending to come into a headstand, bring your feet a little closer. Just toe heel your feet a little closer and your head should be hovering right over the mat. So use your hands to pull yourself down. We're not going to be here long because we're going to take a twist. Just use this as a nice break. Enjoy the hamstring opening. And then bring your hands in front of you. Plant your right hand down, but go ahead and come up onto the fingertips so you're not dumping the weight down into the floor. Stay lifted and then sweep that left arm up to the sky. Again, creating that wingspan with a twist. Really open that left hand and spin your chest to the side. One more inhale. Release it down. Switch it up. Left hand down. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Two more breaths. Use your exhales to really open. And as you exhale, release your left hand down. We're going to come forward to the front of your mat in a runner's lunge. So go ahead and make your way there. And then from here, we're going to take your left leg up, standing split. So if you've got blocks in the way, you can move them. Reach your legs up. I'm sorry, your leg, left leg. If you want to take handstand hops, you're welcome to. You can play with your balance here if you like. We're not here very long. So we're going to meet in pyramid pose. So you're going to take a short step back. I want your left foot fully on the mat. And then go ahead and just rise all the way up. So I want you to take your right hip, hug it back, left hip forward. So the hip bones are facing the front of your mat. From here, let's take the hands behind and lace the fingers. And let your hands slide down your left thigh and just gaze up. As you're doing this, nudge your right hip back. Inhale. As you exhale, press into that imaginary button under your right big toe again. Bring your heart forward. Be honest, are you rounding your spine right now or lengthening it? Find length. Keep nudging your right hip back and then fold forward. Now, your body might be saying, I want my hands on the floor. Then bring your hands to the floor. Grab your blocks. This is a great pose to use blocks. But keep nudging your right hip toward the back of your mat, left hip forward. If your fingers are laced behind you, go ahead and release them to the floor. Grab a block and place it either on the inside of your right foot. More advanced would be on the outside of your right foot. From here, we're going to take your left hand to your block, whether it's on the inside or the outside. Take your right hand to your right hip crease and nudge that right hip back. And then spin your heart to the side, right side. And maybe you stay right here, or maybe you extend your arm up. So take your right hand to your sacrum for a moment. It should feel even, like you could balance a steaming cup, like a latte right there on your back. So keep that, and then you can reach that arm back up if you like. But don't sacrifice your form just to take a deeper variation of a pose. One more breath. And revolve forward, let that go. We're gonna step your left foot back into a lunge. Left hand down, right arm up to the sky, take that twist. And then find Vashisthasana, maybe a different variation this time, maybe tree pose. You can grab your big toe or just float your leg. There's so many options. We've done so many, it's been a year that I've been doing these Zoom classes. We've done quite a variety. So pick something that works for you and then carefully come back to plank and slowly take your vinyasa. And we're gonna meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna end up taking a twist there. So if you need a break, please find child's pose. So if you're with me in down dog, please take your feet wide and just enjoy that. It should feel good. And then walk your hands back a little bit. You're still in a down dog, just a short one. I want you to root your left hand in the mat so it's balancing you without your right hand on the floor. Right hand comes across for your left shin, ankle, whatever you can reach, and then press into your left hand and pull with your right hand so you get a nice twist. Suck your belly button in as you exhale. Draw that left hip back and just enjoy that nice spinal twist here. And then if you're with me, switch it up. If you're in child's pose, you can stay or join us in this down dog twist. Right hand fully pressing into the mat as you really twist yourself through. Use the strength of your left arm. Pull that right hip back. And then come on back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. Let's see if I remember it. All right, take your left leg up, bend your knees, stack your hip. As you exhale, bring it across to your right tricep. Pause here. And then do that again. Inhale, open, stack the hip. Exhale, cross it over. And now we're going to extend that left leg through. But we're not going anywhere, so stay right here. So choices, stay here or take a chaturanga push-up. Lower down, and then straighten your arms and lift up, falling star. That should feel good. So press down in your feet, lift those hips up, maybe right arm over the ear or up to the sky. One more breath. Bring your right hand down. Your back on the ball of your right foot. Draw the left knee to your nose. Just draw it forward like you've got a vacuum and step that foot through. When you are ready, come on up to Crescent Pose. Take a twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Look forward, exalted warrior. Reach up and back. So we're going to come into revolved half moon. So this right arm is going to come forward. Grab your block. You want to align it in front of your left foot. It should be under your shoulder or a little forward. I like mine a little forward. Place your left hand on your hips and take a moment and look down at your left toes. See if they're facing forward. And if they're not, have them face forward. Now send your right leg back more. Spin your heart open to the left. Your hand might still be in your sacrum. Make sure it's even. And if not, nudge your hips around a little bit so they are. And then left arm up to the sky. And then I don't know about you guys, but once I get comfortable here, I start to get lazy in my right leg. So energize your right leg more. Reach it back like you have a wall there and you're pressing into it. Can you reach up more with your left hand as you reach back with your right leg? One more breath. All right, bend your left knee a little. Find warrior three. Now you know where we're going. So feel free to modify or you can balance. Just a couple of breaths here. And we're going to come into that eagle wrap. So come on up. Right leg is going to go up and over. Remember, you can rest it on the block, which would be on the outside of your left foot. Left arm on top. Eagle wrap. Have a seat. Bring those elbows slightly forward. Reach your fingertips to the front of your mat. Open your shoulders. Breathe space into your shoulders right now. Use your exhales to let go of whatever stress and tension you are storing there. One more breath. Carefully unwrap warrior three. You can keep your eagle wrap if you want or take them somewhere else. Oh, step back crescent pose. Whew. Inhale, come on up. We're going to open into warrior two. Did we make it? Check your foot alignment, left toes forward, left foot in line with the back, and then sink into that knee. And let's take that little release. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach up. Exhale, bend. One more, just like that. Hold your warrior two this time. Reverse the warrior, reach up and back. Side angle pose, any variation you like. Ideally, the same one you did on the other side, but if you can't do the same due to some mobility issues, don't worry about it. If you took a half or full wrap, can you try it here? Even if your mobility is not as open on this side, grab your strap, put it in your right hand, and then let your left hand find the strap, and you'll peel your shoulder open. Jen, you look awesome. I have the perfect view of you right now. Couple more breaths. Make sure you're breathing. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you thinking angry thoughts right now? Because you shouldn't be. Remember, today's an awesome day. Open your arms if you're wrapped. Ooh, that should feel good. Come back to warrior two just for a moment because I like your thigh to get fiery. Now straighten it. Reverse your triangle. Reach up and back. And yes, you get to find that imaginary button here too. So as you press down in your left big toe, reach back more, you'll find more space. The cheapest real estate you'll ever find is in your body. Come on up. Reach forward, triangle pose. Speaking of real estate, I was reading the paper. There's a $29 million home for sale in Santa Barbara in case any of you want to buy it. Oh, crazy. Couple more breaths right here. On your next inhale, rise on up. Turn your left toes in. Hands at your hips this time. Big toes in, heels out. Take a little back bend. Look up. Send your hips forward. Shoulders slide down the back. Big inhale. And then exhale, slowly come same way down. Stop halfway. Send those sitting bones back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then come all the way down. Let your hands come down wherever you like. Shake that head out, yes or no. So you can grab your ankles here and use that as leverage to pull your torso closer, maybe your big toes. If you'd like to do a headstand, this is a nice time to throw one in if you can safely do a headstand. Obviously, I can't support you doing that, so maybe you go near a wall if you're not so steady in your headstands. 2 more breaths right here. And then we're going to find a runner's lunge over your left foot. So just turn those left toes forward and you're back in your lunge. And we're going to take a standing split. Right leg is going to go up. And you do what you like here. Handstand hops, maybe left hand to your left ankle, maybe right hand to your left ankle. The beauty is if you lose your balance, the floor is like right there for you. One more breath. Release your right foot down into a pyramid pose. So it's short stance. Your right foot is fully flat on the mat. And then come on up. So check your hips. Mine's kind of open. Not good for a pyramid pose. Your hips are forward. So for me, I needed to toe heel my left foot to the left. So check yourself. Hip bones face the front. From here, let's keep the hands on the hips for now. And just align your body. Take your hands behind you, lace them the opposite thumb on top. So whatever you naturally did, switch it up. And then let your hands slide down your back side of your body, gaze up. And then come forward, long, long spine. Press into your left big toe and fold. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe here. If you need your hands on the floor for support, bring them down. Maybe you want your blocks. I really like blocks in this pose. Make sure you're drawing that left hip back, right hip forward. One more breath. If your fingers are laced behind you, go ahead and bring your hands down to the floor. So we're going to set up for that twisting triangle. So a block can be on the inside of your foot or the outside is more advanced. From there, take your left hand to your sacrum and feel it. Adjust. You might need to move your feet a little wider or closer together. And then spin your heart to the left and reach your left arm up. And keep pulling your left hip back. Trust me, it's going to want to go to the left instead of toward the back of your mat. See if you can pull it back. Suck your belly button in and breathe. This is a hard pose and you're all doing it. That's pretty amazing. Most people can never do this pose in their life and you guys are doing it right now with a smile on your face because I can just imagine you're all smiling at how awesome you are. So just stay here and breathe into that awesomeness. One more breath. Oh, release that down and fold. Take a big step back with your right foot. You're back in your runner's lunge. Hi. Right hand down, take a twist, left arm up to the sky. Make sure your left knee is not dropping out to the side. And then find Shavasana, whatever you took on the other side. Take it here. Maybe you floated your leg. Do whatever you like. Stay a few breaths. And then slowly, with control, make your way to plank and take your vinyasa. All right, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through your nose and sigh it out the mouth. One more breath, and then make your way to the top of your mat. We're going to do one more standing pose, and that's it. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. I saved all the yummy twists for last. Inhale, rise to standing, and they all come on the floor. This is just to warm you up. Have a seat, chair pose. Hands to your heart. We're going to take a prayer twist, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the knee. Now, you guys have all been practicing yoga for a while, so you know there's options. You can stay here. You can open your wings. You can take side crow, bringing your hands down and using your triceps as a little shelf to take side crow. And if you take side crow, you don't have to open your legs. You can keep your knees bent. So just find an option and stick with it. Just a couple more breaths. This is the last standing twist. We still have more on the floor. If you're in side crow, come on back. We're going to meet in chair pose. Inhale, reach up and straighten your legs and fold. Take a few breaths here, shake those legs out. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, nice flat back, reach up, look up. Sit down, chair pose. Hands to your heart, take that prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of the knee. Just like in all the poses we've been doing today, keep your hips square to the front. Don't let your left hip draw back and your right hip forward. And then again, if you want to take side crow or open your arms, you can. Hands are in line with each other, that's the key. And then bend your elbows like chaturanga, and you can play with opening the legs or not. It's a super short fall, so it's not as scary as some of the other arm balances. Couple more breaths wherever you are, 2 more breaths. Make it good, suck your belly button in, really wring out that wet rag in your tummy inside of you, and straighten your legs and fold. That's basically what you're doing with your internal organs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, just fold. All right, how much time do I have? We're gonna step your left foot back into a lunge, but we're gonna drop your knee to the floor, okay? And then from here, toe heel your right foot once or twice to the right, so both hands are on the inside. So we're gonna take, I'm not focusing this so much on the hips because we're gonna do pigeon pose with a twist, of course. So I want you to take either, if you have a strap, you can take your strap to make a loop around your foot. I want you to reach back for this back foot. So if you know you can't reach your foot, you can if you use a strap or a towel, okay? So it doesn't matter if you have a lot of flexibility or not, you're still gonna be able to grab your foot. Okay, so you're gonna grab your foot, and I want you to think about your left heel and your left butt cheek being like best friends. Put them together so you can let your hip go back a little bit so the foot comes to your butt, and then let your hip melt forward and keep that friendship nice and tight. And then from here, twist your body open. And if you have the ability to come down to the forearm to go deeper, you can. That doesn't sound like something you want to do. Stay with a straight arm. Now you can stay here or choose to kick your foot into the hand or the strap as you twist open a little bit more. So there's choices here. You want more of a hip flexor opening, tight hips from like cycling or running. Bring that left heel toward your booty. Otherwise, maybe kick open. One more breath. You're going to unwind. And we're just going to switch it up. So just step your left foot forward and step your right foot back. Easy peasy. Toe heel your left foot to the left, both hands on the inside. Drop your right knee. Left arm's going to reach back. Bend your right foot. Okay, so you can shift your hips back to bring that friendship together, and then come forward. Maybe come down on the forearm, and then you choose here. At least stay a few breaths if you're going to kick open. Get into that hip flexor. It's pretty intense for me. And then if you want to kick the foot away from you, you can twist open a little bit more. Release your back foot. This time, stay where you are. I'm going to have you toe heel your left foot to the right edge of your mat for pigeon pose. If pigeon pose is not nice to your knees, please take it on your back so that you don't have that pressure on your knee. Okay, first I want you to look back at this right leg and make sure it's straight back behind you, okay? And then you can stay upright or come forward on the forearms. So we're gonna stay here a few breaths, and then we're gonna throw a twist in, an optional twist. You can always ignore it. All right, so if you want to do the twist, your right arm is going to thread through, and you can just hang out here. Or if you want more, do a prayer twist. Bring the palms together, press your left palm down into the right. Oh, that feels so good. I think it feels so nice on the low back, outer hip. If you've never tried it, go explore and see what you like. If it feels a little uncomfortable, don't run away with it. See if you can just kind of simmer in it with your breath. One more breath. If you're twisted with me, come out of that twist. Walk your hands back toward your left shin. All I want you to do is fall over to your left cheek and bring your right leg around the top of your left shin. If that doesn't work for you, just bring it in inside by your left ankle, okay? We're gonna take a twist here. Your right hand's gonna go behind you. You're sitting up tall. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. Either hug your knee in with your hand or deeper, elbow to the outside of the knee and look back. But deeper isn't always better. So listen to your body. As you inhale, make your sternum taller, your spine taller, and then exhale, look back. Belly button draws in. One more breath. And then what feels really good after this is a counter pose. Just bring your arms around to the left and lean into it for a little bit. And then come on up. We're going to switch sides for our pigeon. So now your right shin is in the front there. Send your left leg back for pigeon or make your way onto your back. For another hip opener, you can take a figure 4 or pigeon on your back. Check your left leg again. Make sure it's straight back for me. Hips are to the front, and then walk your arms forward. If you are falling to the right, take a blanket under your right cheek. It's good to keep the foot flexed. I forgot to mention that on the other side. So if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to take that twist, left arm threads underneath. You can stay here or prayer twist, pressing the right palm onto the left and pressing that palm down. Make sure you're breathing. You feel quite a bit of intensity in this pose. Use your breath to let go. Peel away the layers. It's like you're dusting off your body with these twists. One more breath. If you're twisted, go ahead and untwist. Walk your hands up. Take that left leg up and around, or again, you can just place it inside of the shin if it doesn't go over. And pull that right foot back too. So you're sitting up tall. You should be equal on both cheeks. Left fingertips behind you. Inhale, reach up. Either wrap the arm or elbow to the outside of the knee as you look back. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, can you twist a little bit more? Belly button to spine. One more breath. And then carefully just look forward and then take those arms up and over to the right and lean into it. And then come on up. Okay, we're gonna come onto our belly. We're gonna do a couple other poses, hit places we haven't done today. So come onto your belly. Oh, I'm ready for bed. Okay, so you're gonna take your arms out like a Y shape, like you're doing the YMCA. All right, my family loves that song. So make a Y. Then take your right leg and just bend it. Okay, so your foot is up. You're gonna roll to the left. So if you wanna use your right hand, you can, but you're gonna roll over onto your left side. And maybe this foot just floats, your right foot, or it can drop all the way to the floor. And just take a few breaths here. You can press into that right extended arm, or you can draw the fingertips closer to you if you like. This should feel really nice on the lower spine. One more breath here. And carefully bring that leg back, come back onto your belly. Make a little forearm pillow and just kind of rock your hips from side to side. And then we'll come back to that Y shape with the arms. We're gonna bend your left leg now and then roll onto your right hip. And you can keep that left arm like a YMCA or drop closer if you like to kind of nudge yourself open. So your foot does not need to be on the floor. If it's not on the floor, it's just reaching away from you. And just breathe into that space you're creating. One more breath. And then come back onto your belly, forearm pillow, and just rock those hips from side to side. Okay, we're gonna roll onto our backs for the remainder of class. So anything you want for Shavasana, go ahead and grab that sweatshirt, blanket, your towel for your eyes, and please have a block handy as always. And let me see our time. Oh yes, okay. So let's just walk our feet in. We're gonna do a couple of back bends, nothing too strenuous. In fact, if you're feeling like I'm done, just lift your hips and put the block underneath you to support you. Otherwise, press into your feet, lift your hips, draw the thighs toward each other like they're hugging a tennis ball. And if you were hugging a tennis ball with your upper thighs, your thighs would not be touching. So if your thighs are touching, adjust yourself so they're not. Keep pressing into your feet. Feel free to lace your fingers or do whatever you want with your back bend. You can bend your elbows. One more breath. And then as you exhale, slowly come down. We're going to do one more time. Back bend of your choice. If you want to come into full wheel, you're welcome to. Otherwise, walk your feet toward your body. Press down, lift up. And if you did, bend your elbows last time, maybe this time you lace your fingers or vice versa. If you're lacing the fingers underneath you, you want to really tuck those shoulder heads underneath. And then just take a few silent breaths here. One more breath. If you've got arms underneath you, release those and then slowly lower your spine to the earth. From here, take your feet to the edges of your mat so they're wide, they're away from each other. Take your arms like cactus. Let both of your knees fall to the right and look at your left arm. Just like windshield wipers, take it the other way. Go nice and slow. It's like you're just getting a light sprinkle on your windshield, where those windshields are just going slowly, not fast, like it's pouring rain. And then come on back to center. We're going to come into our inversion. So if you feel like doing a headstand, handstand, go for it. Otherwise, grab your block. If you don't have a block, just come here like this, okay? You've got a block, slide it underneath your hips in your bridge, and then you'll send your legs up. Your legs should be straight up to the ceiling, not over your head. And just take a couple deep breaths. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can close your eyes here. Two more breaths. We're going to slowly come down. So bring your feet to the floor. If you've got a block underneath you, you know what to do with those hips to get rid of it. If you're doing a different inversion, take your time, maybe a child's pose. From here, draw your right knee into your chest, squeeze it in and let your left leg be long. With your left hand, guide your knee. One final twist. This is really the final one, I promise. Come on back to center. Switch it on up for me. Draw that left knee in, right leg out, and guide it across your body as you're exhaling. One more breath. And come on back to your spine. If there's any other poses you want before Shavasana, feel free to take it. If you want a long Shavasana, you can log off of this so I don't disrupt you. Otherwise, lift your knees toward your nose. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, let it all go into Shavasana. Let your feet be wide on your mat and allow your feet to just flop open. Close your eyes, cover them if you have something, an eye pillow, a towel. And then just take a long, slow, full inhale. Keep breathing in. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. Keep letting it go, keep letting it go. And then just let your natural breath happen. Feel the support of the earth underneath you and just allow your body to dissolve onto the mat for Shavasana. Slowly begin to bring some awareness back to the body, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. On your next inhale, extend your arms over your head onto the floor for one final stretch. From the fingertips all the way down to the toes. Take a big inhale here. And then open mouth, sigh, just let it go. Draw those knees into your chest. Keep the knees wide and just gently massage your low back by rocking from side to side. And then let your knees carefully fall to the right and just pause there. Don't rush out of the pose. Just take a moment and notice how you feel. And then when you feel ready, come on up to a comfortable seat. And when you get there, sit up nice and tall. Turn your cameras on if you want. Bring your hands together at your hearts. Thumbs are right at the sternum. Now I see some faces. Take a big inhale here through your nose. Fill up with breath. And then open mouth, sigh. Let something go. Do that one more time. Big inhale. And then even longer exhale. Keep exhaling. And just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Take a moment and give yourself a thank you for making time for yourself on this Sunday to go deeper, to twist things out, open things up, and make space for something even greater. And as our last Zoom class, our last live Zoom class, I've got plenty recorded that you can access at any time. But thank you all for sharing in this way of connecting through our yoga practice, through this wonderful technology that we can share time together on our mats. And may the sun always shine through your hearts, into your smile, and warm your soul. Have a lovely, lovely day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Oh, I hear voices. Yay. Thanks, Miss.
Thanks for conducting the classes, Ali.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Maybe this will be the last time my phone heats up on Zoom. That only happens with you. I haven't figured that out.
Oh, did you get dropped or something?
Yeah, I think